A 5-year-old girl found herself a billionaire dad, just to stand up to the classmates who picked on her.
우리 아빠 되게 멋지지?
To stand up for the child of one of his employees, the CEO had no choice but to play along, and warned the kids not to make fun of his daughter again. But the clever little girl had already won him over. Her sweet voice and grown-up little attitude slowly softened the toughest part of his heart. As he reached middle age, he longed even more for a family of his own. He smiled and slipped the other ring onto his own finger. A passerby could not help praising the close bond between father and daughter. The corners of the CEO's mouth lifted when he heard that. An indescribable sweetness filled his heart when she saw her boss with her daughter. The single mother was too stunned to speak. She wondered how the two of them had ended up together. She stayed calm and restrained. The more she liked the CEO, the more distance she felt she needed. So she gently reminded him that they should keep their distance. But the CEO completely missed what she was implying. Instead, he warmly told her it was no trouble at all, and that spending time with the child made him especially happy. Nina was too young and became attached too easily. That would only leave her confused. The CEO had never considered that. He could not tell whether he was drawn to the innocent child, or touched by the resilient single mother, and maybe it was both. These unclear feelings left him deeply confused. Before he could make sense of what was in his heart, his father, the chairman, stormed into his office, and immediately lashed out at him. Pearl happened to witness the scene while cleaning. Only that day did the chairman learn that his disappointing son had given 20% of the shares to his ex-wife. How could anyone be as spineless as you? You were married for years and she never even gave you a child. She was lucky you did not send her away with nothing. For the first time, the gentle Sang-hyuk stood up to his father. A person still needs to have a conscience. Even when a marriage ends, you cannot treat someone without compassion. He had long been tired of his controlling and cold-hearted father, and he would never let his father control him again. His furious father moved towards Sang-hyuk again, but Pearl stepped in front of him and asked the chairman to calm down. Sang-hyuk froze as he looked at this ordinary woman. She showed a kind of courage he had never seen before. Her small frame stood protectively in front of him, like a mountain that could never be moved. At that moment, his feelings for her quietly began to grow. His admiration slowly became an emotion he could not explain, but the suffocating pressure of his family left him deeply ashamed. He sat alone by the street drinking away his sadness. Pearl spotted his lonely figure from a distance. She hesitated but still walked over to him. She had only meant to tell him to drink less, but the CEO opened his heart under the influence of alcohol. His father had always said he was too soft-hearted to achieve anything, and his failed marriage made him feel even more worthless. He felt like someone who could never get his life together. As Pearl quietly listened, she realized how thoughtful and loyal he was. That was why he treated his employees with such kindness and humility. As she smiled, her eyes slowly filled with emotion. She realized that she